Hello, it's been a while since I got a video together. Been working on projects. I have been taking videos of the different projects I'm doing, but I've been between work around the house, my boat, my kid's boat, and office work. Really haven't been able to put them together. So I figured I'm just going to make a video going through real quick what I've done this spring, and then I'll do the detailed videos after I get the boat in the water. Did make Memorial Day. 4th of July is coming around because now it's I believe the 19th. So I'm just going to go over quickly the different projects that I've done. And since I'm out of the boat, I'm going to start from outside. When you look at my other videos, I had a gearbox that I made for when we went to the Keys in the summer 2016. And I just redid this one. I had that little one, which is 17 gallon, I believe, and this one's a 27. Doesn't look that much bigger, but the one thing is it fits a full-size 5-gallon bucket on the one side, and I can get my smaller buckets inside that. What I want to do is I want to be able to have a clean bucket, 5-gallon bucket, to collect water in, because I'm thinking if we're doing sailing, I'm still hoping to go to the Bahamas, but this way I could collect water in that for the outside shower or to replenish our drinking water, because I'm assuming if we're in the Keys this summer in August, we're going to get thunderstorms like we did last year, and this way, if we can collect water, me and my son Ryan don't have to worry about using fresh water if we can collect new fresh water, instead of having to go to a marina and get it. And then I don't have to store a ton of it between the 16-gallon tank and the extra 5-gallon jerry jug. We should be good. And the other things I made is made an outboard motor mount, which I don't have the outboard yet, and I haven't mounted this. I have all the hardware to mount it, but that's going to go right there, and I'm probably going to wait till I pick it up. This way we don't have to deal with it in a way. At least that's what I'm thinking right now. We'll see. I might change my mind on that. The one thing I just finished up is that I pulled the rope out of the rub rails to repair the rub rails. This one came back fine. This one I waited a day, even though I had it in a bucket. I don't know, it just didn't stretch as far, but the rudder and the tiller here blocks this, and it just pretty much about an inch. So came out better than I thought. So I came down. These still got to be clipped off. That's my grounding line for my Static Master. And the one thing that I did come in here and replace this year, I redid my copper grounding plate for the Static Master, because the copper plate was in there, was kind of really going. So I took some 1-inch copper pipe I had and cut it up, put it together, rehooked the wire, and remounted that. So now the grounding plate's done. That grounding wire runs under here, the rub rail, and goes attached to the shrouds, and it goes up, so it's connected to the Static Master. When I came back here, I repaired the screws that pulled out. I relocated and filled in the sections that were cracked with silicone, and then I came in. Rub rail was pretty much about 12 inches on center, and I decided I pretty much came back and put a screw in between, and now it doesn't really move at all. So that was the project I just finished yesterday. And quick, we'll go. Let's go outside. And coming around to the port side, that's where I relocated my emergency anchor. It's kind of under the grill. You can still get to it. It's a little bit more difficult than it was before, but it's still better than being inside the boat or in the lazarette. The solar shower, I did find my container. It was up in the attic, buried, so I did find that. And then here's my 5-gallon gasoline can and fresh water jerry jugs holder, and that's my 20-watt solar panel. that still needs to be shifted out, so that's the next project I'll be working on, is rebolting it and shifting that about 3 inches. And 50-watt solar panel and my dual propane tanks. There's 2 and 2 4-tank holders. I already had that, so that's pretty much from existing. I think the only thing looking back on the mast, the radar reflector that I put together and mounted, that's new for this season. Here, we're going to go in the boat now. And well, that's one thing. Did redo the light ring mount, and instead of this being mounted directly to the rail, it's mounted to this piece of 2-inch by 1/8 inch aluminum, and the existing mount is down here now. So that shifted forward, so I was able to fit everything on there. I have pins for this that goes through so it can't pop off, and they have drilled holes through for ring, so I can take this out. And the way this one's bigger now, so both of these are big enough that I actually can move it up and it will fit between these rails. And the next project after the solar panel is pulling these up, and I'm going to rebed all these in silicone or 5200, because I have some leaking on this side, on the port side. So these have never been reset by me, so we're going to loosen them up, get some sealing in there, and then tighten the nuts down. And said my plate, looking back in the loss of it, well, you can see that it's just kind of bolted. It's about 3 inches, 2 inches underwater when the boat's in the water for my grounding plate. And I'm going to go down below. Other project that I did are my fans, with it being a hot day. My muffin fan mounts needs to be tightened up. Can rotate, so I have one port and one starboard. So that was like a side project that got done that really wasn't on the list. Now we have the water pump mount over here, going down to the new 16-gallon water tank. And then I've got my gimbal stove, propane stove rig that's down there, and I've made a bar that can attach in here, and with wing nuts, so we can mount the gimbal stove, and I can cook inside now, which I really didn't have that option unless I just set the stove down on the plastic base, which is not really too secure. So that's something that got done this year. And then come in and I redid my panel, my labels, so used everything. The fan's a little bit louder than I thought they'd be. And then I have added a cockpit light outside. Let's turn those off. So that's pretty much down below. I did change out the LED lights to a high intensity for the cabin. And then I did, there's a double high intensity LED light that now shines back to the cockpit for at night. And I did another LED here, which is really like a lower anchor light or a secondary anchor light if I need it. And also help me cooking at night. But this shines up, I think, enough now so I have some light at the grill. And with this one. Repaired my cup holders, because usually the zip ties kind of die. So I did replace them. And the other thing I added a stainless steel cleat on the port side, because this one's kind of behind now the jerry jug rig. So I already had this one, so I went ahead and I purchased another one that kind of matches, and I through bolted it, embedded it, but here's the stainless steel backing plate and a piece of fiberglass, additional fiberglass backing plate is going to go on, so that still needs to be bolted. There's the nut sitting there waiting to be done. So really bedding the rails, finishing that cleat, and then getting the boat washed, all washed and waxed, and go down below and spray it all with bleach water and wipe all the interior down. The battery's all set, electrical's all working. So that's pretty much all the projects. I'm going to hold off. Still planning on going to the Keys in August, after the 9th, I believe. Probably heading down the 10th, tentatively. I'm just gonna. I have a 15-foot anchor line chain right now, and I'm gonna hold off because that's fine for where I'm here in New Jersey. But if we go to the Keys, I'm gonna get a 30-foot length for the anchor. So that's something that'll happen later. And I'm gonna resize once I get the mast up. Sometime this week, I'm going to check my resizing for the head sail, possibly ordering. That's, I don't know, that's $600, and I haven't decided if I want to spend the money yet for a new head sail. But that's pretty much all the projects I have going on. I think pretty much getting done. We're definitely going to make 4th of July, so that's really the goal right now. So, you know, maybe this weekend, we'll see if we get in by this weekend. If not, Monday or Tuesday, I'm figuring we should be pretty good. Some bottom paint needs to be touched up, but I'm not going to do a full sanding till this coming fall. And yeah, I think pretty much everything that I wanted to get done, and a few projects that really weren't on the list. So still want to add the inner shrouds, but I can't find. I bought the fittings. I bought the mast fittings for like last year, and but I can't find them, so I was going to put the through bolt in and do that, but that's something that could be done while the boat's in the water, because I'm going to be buying the hand crimping tool and just hand crimping the new stainless steel line to the existing. I had replaced all the toggles last year and turnbuckles, so I'm just going to use the old ones because they're really just an inner. It's not going to. It's just to keep the middle of the mast from wiggling as much as it does. So we'll see if that gets done, because that's probably about $150 worth of cable and parts. So, but that's the update. The sun has come back out here, and it's hot, and I'm sweating. So I'm going to go back inside into air conditioning. So I hope you're all doing well. I hope you all have your boats in water and you're out sailing. So fair winds and fair seas. Have a good one.